I get up here and I think to myself, I'm like, okay, so let me see. I'm getting up here. I'm gonna talk to everybody up here, and I'm gonna try to, imagine what they're gonna go through and everything. But then I get up here and I'm like, all I can think of is, "Hi, everybody," from The Simpsons. And then I look and I'm like, oh fuck, I'm not yellow. You ever think to yourself when you're watching The Simpsons, you're like, oh my god, what race are they? Somewhere between Asian and white? Who cares? They're racist too. Well, that one didn't go well. All right, I'll work on that one. So, anybody who have kids that were young at one point, I never knew they actually grew up until I actually got my own. Thought to myself, oh, it's gonna be like a puppy dog. One day it's gonna run away from home. No, I was the one that wanted to run away from home this time. You ever have those days where you're looking at your kid and you're like, oh my god, what is this guy gonna turn into? You look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, son of a bitch. I hope he doesn't turn out like me. We go through life and we look at all of our friends and our family and our kids and everything, and like, all right, I want this kid to be like that guy. But not like that guy, because that guy's a little too much. So you think to yourself, all right, I'm gonna find a woman who is kind of like her, but not like her. And then maybe, just maybe, that kid will turn out the way I want him to. Nah. How'd you do the short straw on that one? We hope that our kids will turn out the right way, and maybe, just maybe get part of your personality. Yeah, not all of it. I have a couple of cats. 4, actually. They all have different personalities, kind of like my 4 kids. Each one of them a little bit different. We have one that you could actually beat the crap out of, not with anything. You push him away, throw him around, spin him around, do whatever. This little bastard comes right back running up to you, licking, wanting to, purring, meowing, everything, just wanting to rub all over you and wanting you to freaking pet him. He doesn't give a shit what kind of attention it is. He wants attention, period. My kid, when he was about, 2, maybe, those were hazy days back then. He decides always to push me around and talk shit to me when he was that age. Little did I know he'd still do this, he was 23 years old. But, he got up in my face one day and I kept pushing him back and saying, hey, get away from me, Cracker. He was just, fooling around. Kept pushing him down, he'd fall down on his butt, laugh, come back in my face. One day, one time he decided he was going to get back in my face and he said, I'm a cracker? I'm a cracker? Well, then eat me. Thinking to myself at that point in time, I'm like, oh my God, the hell did I just make? I tell him that story, when he's older. Only thing he could say to me is, not all crackers are white. I'm like, you got a good point there. So I asked him one day, I said, okay, so what do you mean, not all crackers are white? He says, well, we have graham crackers. Well, yeah, I understand that one. So what would you call the buttery club crackers? A little bit of tan, a lot of white, but they're kind of buttery and sweet when you crack into them. He says, I don't know, Mexican? Wait a minute, how does that work? So I don't know, you bite into a, Mexican candy, usually it's spicy on the outside, but it's sweet on the inside. All right, I guess I could go with that one. I said, okay, then what do you call the chocolate graham crackers? He said, I'm not even going there. Speaking of children, I spent 2 years of my life over there in Iraq. Decided to have fun with the Taliban and, just play with them. Make friends, why not? They give me a gun, they say, here, go play with these guys. Give me some grenades, say, here, they're marbles. Yeah, right. Craziest thing I thought about when I was over there is, how in the hell do the Taliban have, babysit their kids? It's a process of elimination. Who gets into the Taliban when they grow up? If you got your father who's like super, super high in the Taliban and ISIS and everything, how do you pick the next one to take the throne? I was driving through, it was near Baghdad. I don't remember exactly where it was, but I look over and I see, a couple of 3-year-olds walking through a minefield. Process of elimination. Best one will take it. To me, that just thought to, I thought to myself, that could be misconstrued as the way they came up with the Hunger Games. You know, they draw, straws when they're a year old or when they're, crawling, and then they're getting ready to, walk or run and everything. I wish my kid walked. No, he just straight ran. Kept running. No, but they draw straws when they're real young and everything, and they can't walk or run and everything right yet. And you just let them go. Okay, this one, and this one. You guys look like you'll make it. Get across there. Oh, there goes, contestant number 1 is down. I guess we have 2 more to think about. Well, you guys are a dry crowd. I think we need to sprinkle some spirits on you guys. Get them all drunk. Maybe they'll understand. Getting high and going to the grocery store is one of the worst things I've ever done in my life. I got high the other day, decided I was going to go to Walmart because I got the munchies. Don't do that. You'll either spend way too much money or come out with something you don't know what the fuck is it. I woke up the next morning, didn't realize that I actually went to Walmart that night until my wife told me the next day. But I look in the trash can and there's an empty box of Decon rat poison. A little bit of green stuff around my mouth. I'm looking in the mirror, I'm like, oh, son of a bitch. I hear my kid and my wife talking a couple hours later. He look at my kid. He's a little on the eccentric side. We'll put it that way. He doesn't know exactly what he is. He's 17 years old, and he kind of likes to do whatever the hell he wants to do. In every situation. But that's, neither here nor there. I listen, I hear them talking secretively, and then I look at him, and he looks over at me, and he gives me this little seductive, wink, and I'm like, oh, son of a bitch, what the fuck did you do? Later on that day, I'm sitting here, I'm like, all right, my stomach's feeling really fucked up. I'm gonna call poison control. Yeah, he comes up to me, he's like, Dad, that was me, it was a joke. You little bastard. Don't sleep with both eyes closed. All right, that's all the time I have. Good night, guys.